Hi everybody, and thank you for joining me today. So still working on the garden wall and the flowers, ready to start a new diagonal-ish section because it's kind of, just I followed the colors so it ended up being a little straighter in some parts than others, but yeah, and we should pass the 10% mark today, which was my goal for this month, so yeah, we made it with plenty of time to spare. We're at 9.96 and 10% should be at 30,669 or 690. Yeah, 690, that's it. 690 stitches, so we're at 582, so that's, yeah, no problem. Just over 100 stitches, which I'm sure we can manage in less than an hour. Especially as it looks like there's some bigger blocks of color here. Yeah, in this area. Yeah, so a little less smoke today. I can actually see a bit of blue sky peeking between the clouds, so that's nice. Yeah, unfortunately, if you've been following my saga of my ear issues, yeah, my left ear is still buzzing and ringing, unfortunately. Yeah, the doctor had me take decongestants for a few days to see if that would help, because it looks like it's the ear tube is plugged up. The eardrum itself is fine. It's not swollen or anything, so yeah. He's thinking that due to when I had the infection, the ear tube got swollen up and plugged, and so yeah, basically it can't equalize the pressure you know, between my eardrum and the outside. It's different than it should be, so yeah. He's referring me to a ear, nose, and throat specialist next, because yeah, at this point I might need some kind of procedure done. So yeah, at least it's quieter today. Oh my gosh. The first day I was taking the decongestants, it stopped for a few hours and it was bliss. And then it came back even worse, and yeah, that was awful. Basically didn't sleep that night. And then yeah, the next day was really bad. Then the day after, which is today, it's better, but it's unfortunately still there. It seems to start off quieter in the morning, and by the end of the day it gets really bad. So yeah, oh, driving me nuts. Like, I've had high-pitched tinnitus since I was a kid, and like I'm used to it. I don't really notice it. I notice it sort of when I first wake up, it's squealing pretty loud, but once I get going with my day, I kind of can tune it out. I'm used to it, but this, yeah, it actually feels like my eardrum is vibrating. It's, oh, really, really not good. So, okay, so I'm gonna have 2 threads going for this color, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to park this one right here. Put that there. Yeah. Let's see if I've got a short piece here for this. So yeah, I'm trying to ignore it, but it is pretty distracting. So I was making a lot more mistakes last session because yeah, it was really bad. Oh, I put stitches in the wrong place, well, 2 or 3 times and had to rip them out. Like, it was not my day, that's for sure. Yeah, apparently this tube problem, eustachian tube problem I'm having with my ear, is possibly being exacerbated by all the wildfire smoke, because apparently that can contribute. Breathing in even secondhand smoke, they said, can contribute to problems with the ear tubes. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't smoke, never have, but can't really avoid the wildfire smoke in the air. Yeah, like we have our HVAC system set to recirculate rather than pulling in fresh air. But I mean, there's only so much it can do, right? And I still have to go out sometimes, getting groceries and things. So, but yeah, I was feeling really dizzy when I woke up yesterday. And I felt better after I'd been up for about an hour, but I needed to go to the grocery store, but I didn't think it would be safe to drive. So it's nice now. I could ask my teenage son if he could drive us to the grocery store. Then I bought him a box of Twinkies as a thank you. Yeah. So it definitely is nice having another driver in the family because, yeah, my husband was busy fixing our porch steps up to our back door because, yeah, they were old and rotted, and it was getting to the point where when I was walking, climbing, and instead of stepping in the center of the tread, I was stepping on the side because I could see how bad they were, bowing in the middle, and I was worried that it might break. So yeah, he said, yeah, it's time to, because he said he fixed them a few years ago, but he didn't actually replace stuff. He just kind of shored them up. But he said, yeah, we've been here 16 years, or actually, no, 17 years now. Yeah. It's always 1 year old. Then our kid is old. So 17 years. And, those steps were probably already old when we moved in. So yeah, it's definitely time to replace them. So yeah, I've had to remember to not use my back door for a bit because, yeah, you'd open the door and there's nothing there. And it's on the second story, so you definitely don't want to do that. Step off into nothing. So, yeah, I have to keep taking the decongestants, he said, for a few more days and call him back later in the week. And he'll have a referral for me to the ear, nose, and throat specialist. So thankfully it's in town, because a lot of times when I have referrals, I'd have to go to the next big city, which is like 2.5 hour drive away, which is a really big pain. So yeah, thankfully there's one here in town. So especially since I don't drive in huge cities, I'm way too anxious, so my husband has to drive me. So yeah. Yeah, like I like the freedom of being able to drive, but honestly, I would love never having to drive again. It makes me very anxious. Yeah, not sure if don't think our son would be up for big city driving yet. He just got his license. So yeah, my husband said he basically jumped in with both feet when he got his license, and then he was driving in Vancouver like the next week. So yeah, he's really good at it though. He's one of the people that it came naturally to him. So yeah, it definitely did not come naturally to me. Took me a long time to get my license. Well, my parents didn't teach me, and we didn't have driver's ed at school. So, yeah, my husband taught me when we were engaged. And then, yeah, I finally got my license. Darn this, will not. Sometimes you can pull on the loop and get it to release, but this one will just, yeah, it is not cooperating. So, nothing to do but cut it out, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, the nice thing though too is when I didn't have my license, I did live in a place that had good public transit. So yeah, this was 99 to early 2000s. So it wasn't bad, $40 for a month and you get unlimited travel on the transit. You don't have to worry about insurance, repairs, maintenance, flat tires, none of that stuff. So yeah, maybe not as convenient as having your own vehicle, but there is the nice thing about you don't have to worry about any of that other stuff that comes with vehicle ownership. So yeah. Yeah, plus the bus stop wasn't right where I lived. I had to walk a couple blocks, so I guess that kind of forced me to get my exercise too. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, where we live here, there's basically no public transit. It's you drive or you take cabs. There's like the bus in between the major cities, but yeah. Oh, meant to highlight that, not move it. Yeah, that was one nice thing too in my commute. I got a lot of books read. Mm. Mm. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I've got two threads here, so I'm just gonna kind of juggle them both here. Probably looks confusing, but to me it makes sense. 9.97. So yeah, I've been estimating 20 months for this, so that's 5% per month, and looks to be on track. Pardon me. Because that's about 15,000 stitches a month, which I can generally manage, depending, of course, how much time I have to stitch, how much time I spend on other projects, and yeah, how much confetti there is, of course, is always a huge factor. Okay. Okay, so back over to the left and carry on. works out nicely. I've only got 3 stitches of this color left here, and that's exactly how long this thread should be for, so I like when it works out that way. .98. Getting closer. Yeah, so 10% was the goal. So anything above that is a bonus. Yeah, fortunately, even with this ear thing I'm dealing with, I haven't been too ill to stitch, so yeah. I always say, you know, it's bad when I don't feel well enough to even do that. And yeah. Although, yeah, I had a friend who said they took their knitting with them to the hospital when they had minor surgery, and they said, yeah, just a warning, knitting and Percocet don't mix. Yeah, they said I shouldn't have bothered because I had to bring it home and fix so many mistakes that I basically didn't make any progress. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder when I see the ear, nose, and throat specialist, I'll have to ask him if I do have a deviated septum, because I suspect I do. When I use a neti pot, it goes over one side no problem, the other side it kind of gets stuck, which apparently is a sign. And yeah, I have more problems with one side of my sinus getting stuffed up than the other, so yeah. Don't know if it's enough of a problem that he'll want to fix that or not. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, my sinus problems started when I was a kid, and I got really bad sunstroke when we went to Disneyland. I was in 3rd grade, and we spent the day on the beach, and we didn't have any sun hats because my parents didn't really think of it, and I have dark hair, and yeah, it cooked my head, and yeah, I got horrible sunstroke, and after that I started having sinus problems. So yeah, I was really obsessive about sun safety when my son was little. Like, always sunscreen, always a hat, even if we were only going outside in the backyard for maybe 20 minutes, even then. Yeah. And I had people at the park say, you know, how do you get him to keep his hat on? I said, well, for the first couple of days, every time he took it off, I said, okay, we got to go inside because we can't be outside without a hat on. And yeah, after a couple of days of that, once we went outside, he knew hat stays on. So yeah, because I said, yeah, like I never had issues with headaches and stuff before that, and then it's been a chronic issue ever since. So definitely the whole ounce of prevention way of thinking. Yeah, I'd rather be too obsessive about it than let him get sunstroke or sunburn. Yeah. Yeah, fortunately, he does not burn as easily as me, but yeah, I'm still careful to make sure he wears it. Especially on his ears, because he likes to wear a ball cap now, so his ears aren't covered, so yeah. Yeah, although I say that, but then I did burn recently because I didn't put enough sunscreen on. Didn't put sunscreen on, which I know better. Yeah. So it's peeling a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's a very minor burn, but yeah, a reminder to me to be more careful because yeah, they say sun damage is cumulative. So every time you burn even a little bit, you're raising your risk of developing skin cancer. So yeah, you got to be really careful. Okay. Oh, oops. There we go. Double tap when you're in move mode will highlight or deselect, depending. Yeah. I was trying to actually mark it as, or park it there, which is what a double tap does when it's in the correct markup mode. As long as you double tap on a stitch that isn't currently highlighted, yeah. And you have to, of course, set that up in the menu, in the pattern keeper. That looks uneven. Yeah, hang on a sec. Is wonky. There we go. Okay. Start another thread. Take a peek here what I'm going to do. All right. Oh dear. Oh goodness. There we go. Okay, good. It's getting a little tangled up there. As you can see, this is gonna get confetti heavy here because I've got quite a few threads parked there. Okay, won't get much out of this one here. Yeah, I'll have to get another one soon. Might get more out of this than I thought. Yeah, I thought I'd only get the bottom legs of these stitches, but I guess not. Ugh. Okay, so just gonna take a look at all the different threads here. How long is this one? No, not very. Okay, so that's why I parked it down there. Oh, 9.99%. Okay. Yeah, 644, so. So less than 50 stitches to go before we get to 10%. Sweet. Okay, so carry this one up. So yeah, like I said, some bigger blocks here. So yeah, my last session was like almost no two stitches in a row were the same color, so yeah. But we still made pretty good progress. I was pretty happy with that. funny. So kiddo had a end of year gala at school for fun. They got to get, they got glow sticks and music and all this stuff. And then as a total joke, I said, so did they play Baby Shark? And he said, actually they did. Like, oh my goodness. And then they also played Never Gonna Give You Up. So he said, yeah, they rickrolled everyone, which is one of his favorite things to do. So yeah. So it's funny now, all my friends send me all the best rickroll memes and links and stuff so I could try to get them. Okay, just cross-checking there. The other things that are... Okay, so I think I'm actually going to follow the diagonal line more closely this time because it kind of just more naturally follows it, I think. Although I say that and then now I'm going out of it again, so yeah. Okay, 562. Don't think I've used this color yet on this piece. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I slept well last night, but the night before I didn't, so I'm still feeling it. Okay, so I'm going to use another thread for these ones down here. Yeah, because it kind of branches off again. So I generally use different threads sort of for each branch off. Let's not get knots again. Oh my gosh. Okay, good. This one, I was able to undo it. Yeah, as I say, I don't always follow the diagonals. You can see it had more of a straight line there, not really diagonal, but just sort of worked with the colors, so that's what I did. Okay, 161. $9.99 still. We are getting close. guess I will go outside of the diagonal a bit after saying I wouldn't. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go up instead to this line instead of the diagonal line. Sort of to the grid line instead. Okay. A lot of purples here in my working tray, so I'm going to be careful I don't mix them up. Okay. Okay, yeah, so here's where I'm going to cut it off. So that grid line there. Start sloping back towards the left. There we go. Aha. 10% even. A little bit before the actual number, but yeah. Like I said before, when these there's such high stitch counts, there's a greater margin of error. So, because technically 10% is at 36.90 and we're at 81, so it's 9 stitches off. But yeah, when you're talking about a over 300,000 stitch pattern, then yeah, the margin of error is greater. Yeah, so on these really high ones, it'll often say it's 100% done when you still have like a dozen stitches left. So still pretty good. I mean, I never kept count before I had an app to do it. That was just too much work. I just went by page and estimated how much I was done by how many pages. Of course, it wasn't always perfect because sometimes the pages near the edges weren't a full page, so. All right. Yeah, this is still within an inch, so I'm going to carry this and park further down, as I know all the stitches in between are dark enough colors it won't show through. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2. And same thing here. Okay, so I'm going to check both threads. That one's not too long. Decide what I'm going to do with them. Okay, so I think this one will just be for one stitch, yeah. And this one I'm going to carry and park. Oh my goodness. If I could thread it, that is. There we go. Yeah, so now we're at exactly 10%. 30,690. And it still says 10%, not 10.01. So yeah, like I said, there was a bit of a margin of error there, but pretty close. But yeah, that means now everything past that is bonus. Oh, what did I do here? I didn't mark those as done, didn't I? Yeah, I think that's what I did. I stitched them. Yes, and I parked, but I forgot to mark those. Okay, yeah, that's why it wasn't matching. I had forgot to mark my pattern to make it match. Thankfully, that means I didn't stitch anything in the wrong place. So yeah, did that a few times last time. That was annoying. I hate ripping out. Yeah, I think these grayish blue bits are the leaves, but like this is one of the first actual greens I've used on the leaves here. Okay. Actually, I think I can get a few more, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, there's 4 more here, and I think I can get 4 more out of that strand, so might as well. Okay, I may actually have to, I'm gonna go over to the left here, my way back out. So yeah, I could kind of decide to just take these all off, I think, maybe, and yeah, cut it off here and continue down my diagonal. I think that's what I'm gonna do, so I don't end up with too many live needles. It gets a little tricky when I do that. So I'm gonna unthread all of those. I'll do them when I do the next diagonal section, diagonal-ish section. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it off there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, this way I can kind of start without as many needles on threads so it doesn't get too messy and tangled. So, yeah, I'm gonna fill in this and then I'm gonna go back over there afterwards. So means a little more rethreading, but I don't mind. I can do it pretty quick nowadays, so not a problem. Yeah, as I said, you can see I get a whole ton of threads parked here, so that part's going to slow me down a bit. High detail area. Okay, just going to pause for a sec. There's another thread of this color here. Okay, yeah, but it's only long enough for one stitch, so. Yeah, if it was longer, then I'd have to find a, figure out how to use them both, but I don't. Excuse me. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think maybe today I'll go and make some weed killer. Heavy rains are over. My weeds are coming back. Pardon me. In my rock garden. Yeah, I tried just pulling them, but I was out there for hours and then like hardly made any progress. So yeah, just use the vinegar and salt solution. Much quicker. Oops. Oh, we got a palindrome now. 10.01 for the number. Completed, yeah. Okay. Okay. Got an end popping up there. There, a bit of blue in the midst of that purple. That was not right. Blue came up again. I had a feeling it might. Often likes to keep coming up in the same spot. Yeah, there we go. Shouldn't come up anymore since we no longer have to pull a thread through that spot. Yeah, actually, cloud is clearing up nicely. It's looking beautiful out there. Air is looking clearer. I might actually be able to take a walk outside. Yeah, it'll be nice because it hasn't been nice enough to do that for quite a while. Even when it hasn't been rainy or too hot, it's been too smoky. Yeah, even if you don't have any pre-existing respiratory problems, it's not a good idea to breathe that in if you can help it. I feel bad for everyone who has to work outside. Yeah. Yeah, not everyone is fortunate enough to be able to avoid it. Okay, 3746. Yes, the piece I saved is super short, but I think I can manage. this thread, that is. Okay, there we go. A lot of colors here. There's a lot of ends in this area, so they keep trying to come through. One drawback with pin stitches is that, yeah, tends to happen a bit more because I'm pin stitching it in areas that aren't stitched on yet, rather than drawing it back through already done stitches. So yeah, that is one drawback, is you end up with more of the ends trying to pop through when you are stitching. So let's see. All right, I'm going to fill that in first, I think. Okay, I'm going to get a longer piece. Fresh piece from my envelope. Somebody's dog is barking its head off out there. I remember one place I lived, the dog started barking at its own echo. That it kept trying to intimidate the other dog it was hearing and kept barking. It's like, gee, don't give yourself a freaking brain aneurysm. Oh. Yeah, it's funny. Some animals, like when they look in a mirror, can recognize it's themselves, and some animals think it's another. Like dogs will growl at themselves in the mirror because they think it's another dog. Yeah. So yeah, that diagonal is done. We're kind of working into the next one. And I may actually head back up to the top again, I think. Yeah, before I get too many live needles, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to head back up to the top and start working on this next one. So I thought I was going to work further downwards, but I guess not. I kind of adjust as I go, so. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, 38, 36. And I think once I'm done this, pardon me, this section, be time to move my frame again. Probably be about time to take this off the frame and actually show you guys for the monthly update post. Yeah, definitely happy with the progress I've made since the last update post. It's been going well. Oh, look at that, closing in on 200 stitches again. Sweet. Even if it was high confetti area. Excellent. Starting to get these colors memorized now. What symbols go with what colors. So 200 even, but I feel like I'm going to keep going for a little bit. Okay, just making sure there wasn't a knot at the back. Yeah. So I definitely want to catch that before I stitch into it with other threads, and then it comes unable to undo it. Okay, let's see. All right, just deciding what I want to do here. All right, I think I'll do a few more stitches and then I'm going to have to take a break. Stretch a bit. My hip is starting to complain from me sitting down for too long, so yeah. So I'll do these 4 and then, yeah. Okay, so mark that there. Ah, 210. So that's still a nice round number. I like to end on when I can. Yeah, so as usual, thank you so much for joining me today and hope to see you here again another time. Right, thanks everyone. Bye.